Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about the Duffer brothers honoring Gary Gygax in Stranger Things Season 4 by making sure that all three Dungeons and Dragons pillars are existent in Stranger Things 4. All right, so let's go. Okay, so basically, it is my humble opinion that Stranger Things 4 is the largest message carrier for Dungeons and Dragons in the history of the game, bar none. So if you don't understand what I mean by that the Duffer brothers built a trilateral risk-based communication system between Netflix, the Duffer brothers, and the Dungeons and Dragons team, and then carried many web messages through those three vectors to the world. Check out the link below. But you should be able to understand what I'm saying going forward, but that will give you more context. Okay. So, Dungeons and Dragons has three pillars. They are combat, social interaction, and exploration. Okay, so combat in Stranger Things has always been in there and has been in every single season, and the Duffer Brothers made sure to put it into Stranger Things Season 4. There's a lot of combat, quite literal and figurative, right? Combat in Stranger Things 4. It's filled with it. Social interaction, that pillar is up and running. It is 100% there. There is social interaction within a friend group. There is a social interaction within a romantic pair. There is social interaction between pairs who are not romantic, but there is a romantic thread between them, right? Like, there is social interaction in every single direction. Like, social interaction is extremely well executed within the social interaction pillar that Gary Gygax built all three pillars into the game in 1974. Okay, and so he built combat, social interaction, and exploration into Dungeons and Dragons at its birth in 1974. Mike Mearls slammed the pillars into the ground, right? And then erected towers above each one so that everyone could see them, right? Mike Mearls pointed to Gary's pillars and said, "Behold, they are here," right? And so basically, combat and social interaction are in Stranger Things 4. They are powerful and they are clear. Where is exploration? Well, the Duffer Brothers were, they looked at, in my humble opinion, they looked at Stranger Things Season 4 and they're like, okay, we've honored Gary 66%, but we didn't honor Gary Gygax 100%. Let's do it, right? And by the way, the Duffer Brothers are Gary Gygax forever legacy followers, in my humble opinion. They're like, hey, Gary was dope in 1E, and Gary is dope in 5E. And we celebrate the red box by showing you in the show, and we celebrate Gary's true legacy, 5th edition, right? The now legacy, the powerful legacy, not the crumbled, old, musty legacy, celebrated by nostalgia wants, right? But the real deal, the real Gary Gygax legacy, Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, right? The now edition, right? The one that holds Gary Gygax's name up in front of everyone and make sure that he is never, ever forgotten, the way David Arneson is quickly being forgotten. So basically, in order to get there, in order to 100% honor Gary Gygax in Stranger Things 4, they had to make sure that the third pillar was there. By the way, I'm sorry that I got this far. Spoilers for Stranger Things Season 4 in this, okay? All right, so basically, the way they got there was 1, right? 11. So experiment number 1, that person, right? The human who turned into Vecna when he went into the Upside Down, right? He explains what happened and how one was turned into Vecna not by Papa but by 11, right? And that what she did was she did not kill him. She sent him into the Upside Down, right? And when 11 sent one into the Upside Down, he then goes into the Upside Down. He still has his human form, but his form is turning into the Vecna form. right? The Dungeons and Dragons Vecna form. So then he explains, he says, what I did, I was in my human form, and what I did was I explored the upside down, right? And here the Duffer Brothers lock it in, and they're like, here's your third pillar. It's right there. We will use the word, we don't have to say combat, we don't have to say social interaction. But because exploration has, the gate has never been opened to Dungeons and Dragons. The pillar is there, but there's no gate to it. There's no path to it, right, so far. We opened the gate, and for combat in 1974. We opened the gate for social interaction in 2021. The gate for the exploration is still closed, right? But the pillar is there, and we can still honor the Duffer Brothers. Still are like, we're going to honor Gary Gygax. In my humble opinion, that's what they're saying. That's what they're doing with Stranger Things 4. And they have one say, I explored the upside down until I found this thing, and then when I found this thing in the upside down, where you sent me, 11, then I became Vecna, right? Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition monster, Vecna, right? And it's awesome. It's so great to see the Duffer Brothers saying, we celebrate Gary in every edition, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and it's magnificent. In my humble opinion, they could not have done a better job of reminding everybody of Gary's pillars, of Mike Merle's clarification of the pillars. It's just historically beautiful. I'm so excited about Stranger Things 4. What did you think? It's all done. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Did you dig this? This season. Do you think the $30 million per episode that they spent to give some Netflix content and to make the greatest Dungeons and Dragons advertisement ever made was worth it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.